Welcome back. Today's headline is Get into millions and millions in debt, mortgage debt, and pay little to no taxes with income property portfolio building. Here we go. Why nationwide we consistently see 30% of all the home buyers today pay with all cash. I get it. Emotionally, you pay. It makes them feel good. I have no debt. But if you use mortgage debt wisely, your returns is higher. You will build your real estate portfolio faster, quicker, and more efficient, so you can retire earlier with massive wealth and pay little to no taxes. And the mortgage debt, you're not paying the mortgage debt. Your renters are paying the debt for you. Powerful income property master class. Here's the most important thing. When you own an income property, only 40% of your profit is above the surface. You can clearly see, and they are cash flow, rental income, and appreciation. That's fine. But 60% of all your profits over time, you can't see it. It's phantom profit. You do not realize until you sell or never sell, and you can have achieved massive phantom profit. So you could pass on to your loved ones generational wealth transfer. And that is depreciation using leverage debt, financing, investor financing, and equity growth principal pay down by the tenant. So this is our turnkey realistic profit system, process, and procedures, which I have practiced for several decades, and I have assisted thousands of my students to achieve wealth through my mentorship and coaching. So again, income property is the history's most attractive, most powerful, and proven multi-dimensional real estate investment asset class. I know there's a mouthful. A lot of investors, especially the beginning investors, they think, oh, I'm only getting a couple $100 cash flow. Oh, I could earn that much on a CD. You rookies out there, you need a lot more education with this arrogant philosophy thinking that cash flow is just one small component of your real estate investment wealth building portfolio. The other aspect is when you invest for the long term, you will slowly but surely achieve massive wealth in a way of tax benefits and appreciation, equity growth, using the power of leverage with a 30-year amazing fixed rate mortgage and the whole 9 yards. And so unlike other asset classes, when you buy this traditional asset, after you buy it, you're done. There's nothing more you can do about it. But rental property, after you buy your income property, you can convert it into Airbnb, mid-term rental. You can add ADU. You can rehab the house to offer value add. You can recharacterize a rental property to an owner-occupied property and back to a rental. In the future, you can turn your property into a vacation home. You can do a 1031 tax-deferred exchange. You can do a cash-out refinance. When you cash out refinance against the equity of your house, it's a tax-free event. You pay no taxes. So once again, income property will provide you with a massive profit over time. And that's history has proven like that. For those people do not follow history, gonna doom to repeat the past. Something like that. Look, I've been doing this for a very long time, so I know what I'm talking about. Again, a tax benefit, I couldn't even begin to talk about this. You can look at my other YouTube channels to learn more about tax strategies. I know I'm not a licensed tax advisor, but also if you sign up for my database, for my investment network, put your email on my database, you can become a free member of my real estate investing network. So you can get all kind of free contents on a weekly basis. You can be a well-informed, educated investor. All right, let's continue. Again, you can, at some point in time, given your situation, you can become a real estate pro status. You can claim all the depreciation tax benefit, bonus depreciation is coming back. So I can't wait that to happen. And then all hell is going to break loose. You're going to get a lot more tax benefits with the 100% bonus depreciation, which is bound to come back very soon, hopefully before the end of this year. So I'm going to keep tab on those tax law changes. Wow. And of course, cost segregation, short-term rental tax loophole, and all the miscellaneous tax deductions you can achieve by owning rental property. And at the end of the day, it does not matter what tax strategy you use because of the passive losses, because of depreciation. A lot of your rental income you collect, a lot of your cash flow income you collect from your income property, most likely you're not going to be pay any of those cash flow income in taxes if you know what you're doing, right? If you use a competent CPA to help you with your tax planning. All right. At the end of the day, again, the core of my message is this is something I've been practicing for decades, and thousands of my students follow my system, process, and procedure. You buy turnkey, brand new construction in a path of growth. You buy at the entry level, population growth, job growth, mostly in the Sun Belt area. You buy for cash flow, 20 to 25% down payment. As you can see right here, I'm not going to go over the numbers. You can review this slideshow. You can pause the slideshow to digest each slideshow at your own leisure. All right. At the end of the day, you have to look into 5-year, 10-year projection. You cannot base everything on the first year numbers, which first year numbers are oftentimes people see only a couple of $100 monthly cash flow. That's nothing. I'd rather put my money in a mattress. No, that's not how it works. That cash flow is just the icing on a cake. It'll get you going. It is the foundation of your wealth building. Down the road, second, third, fourth, and fifth year, when you increase your rent, then your tenant going to pay down your mortgages, the whole 9 yards. That is the important aspect. All right. So anyways, let me continue. All right. So as you can see, I know I'm not going to go over these numbers, but on a year-over-year basis, your equity going to grow, presumably appreciation. Then your debt can be paid down by the tenant, and your rent going to increase, and the whole 9 yards. That's the beauty of long-term investing. I'm going to discuss the core of my message is the principle of strategic real estate financial planning, if you will. So what I'm trying to say is, as you can see right here, real estate investing is not just about owning properties. It's about strategic financial planning. One concept that smart investors like you must understand and leverage is self-liquidating debt. But what does that mean? It's a principle where your debt is gradually paid off or, quote, liquidated, end quote, by someone else. In the context of real estate, your tenants is that person, is that someone else. And the magic of inflation take on this role. So let's dive deeper. The value of money decreases over time due to inflation. While many perceive inflation as a negative aspect of the economy, you as a real estate investor can actually benefit from it. As inflation rises, the real value of your mortgage debt decreases. So, in the essence, you are repaying your loans with cheaper future dollars, maximizing the purchasing power of today's dollar. Do you understand truly what this means? Please pause this again. Pay attention to what I just said. Your debt is a self-induced debt destruction. Your tenant going to pay down your debt. You're leveraging, do your good debt, the mortgage debt, your return will be exponentially higher. That's what I'm trying to say. All right? Tenants paying your mortgages. When you invest in income properties, your tenants essentially paid off your mortgage through the monthly rent you collect from them. And it's as if they are funding your retirement. Your tenant, your renters are funding your retirement or your child's college education, whatever future financial goals you have. Over the years, as rents typically increase, more cash flow and passive income, this advantage amplifies. Wow, isn't that amazing? Please share your thoughts. And building equity, obviously, each time a tenant make a rent payment, a portion of that payment goes towards reducing your mortgage balance. Slowly but surely, you're building equity in the property without putting any of your own money into it after your initial down payment. Over time, as your equity of your property grows in the next 5, 10, 15 years, your debt can be almost paid off. And then you have equity. And that's the beauty of self-liquidating debt. So critical. And you can recoup the down payment in a matter of, who knows, in a matter of 5 to 7 years, depending on what market, depending on the appreciation potential of the particular market. So invest in stable rental market, invest in regions with consistent rental demand. That ensures that your properties are rarely vacant, keeping the cycle of self-liquidating debt in motion. Of course, we have those systems. I'll share with you what area typically that we invest in to maintain this status quo, if you will. So secure fixed rate mortgages. 30-year fixed rate mortgage is amazing. It's in a potentially rising inflationary environment. Fixed rate mortgages can be your best friend. Your mortgage payments remain the same, but as mentioned earlier, you'll be repaying with cheaper future dollars. Do you understand what I just said? Wow, powerful statement. I bet you nobody taught you this kind of thing. Am I right or wrong? Please comment below. All right, again, the road to your financial freedom goes through debt. And diversify. Consider investing in different types of properties, single-family home, duplex, fourplex. This is as far as I'll go. And do some geographic diversification as well. Don't buy everything in one market. So this diversification not only spreads the risk, but also open up multiple avenues of self-liquidating debt. In conclusion, building a portfolio rooted in the principle of debt paydown can be one of the smartest moves a real estate investors can make. It's like having an army of tenants and the invisible hand of inflation working tirelessly to boost your wealth. By taking strategic steps, maintaining an active pulse on the market, and regularly assessing your portfolio, you can optimize this powerful financial mechanism to its fullest potential. Remember, in the world of real estate investing, knowledge isn't just power, it's profit. So again, put 20 to 25% down payment, and eventually you will own 100% of your income property. Of course, you have to show patience. You have to 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, you will for sure will reap the benefit of your discipline and your commitment to stay the course, right? And of course, I've done this blueprint over many decades in other markets over the years. I'm not going to go over that, but I make a lot of people a lot of money by buying in the right market before in the path of growth. The current market that I really like is the following: Oklahoma, Florida, Texas, Alabama, Tennessee, and Buffalo, New York. So just to potentially look at that. So buy long distance, buy remote, buy turnkey, build cash flow rentals. At the end of the day, all you need to spend is 1 to 2 hours per month in managing your portfolio. Why? Because you have a great team. We have teams on the ground, professional property managers, the whole team in each market on the ground to help you to do all the work for you. You are going to, there are 2 words I'm going to provide to you. You're going to delegate, you're going to outsource. So you could delegate your team to do all the labor-intensive work of getting the tenant, evicting the tenant if necessary, and do the rehab, do the maintenance and all that. The property manager is going to do that for you. That's the delegation part. And you delegate the other financial matters. You delegate to your financial professionals, your CPA, your asset protection attorneys, your loan agents. Those people you delegate and you outsource. You outsource the tenant. The tenant can pay down your debt, not just your mortgage, but all the underlying debt on a monthly basis. You collect your rent, as long as your rent is higher than your monthly expenses and debt obligations, and still have money left over at the end of the month, which is positive cash flow. That's all you need. Positive cash flow as a foundation to begin your long-term investment journey. Then over time, the multi-dimension aspect of your properties, increasing rental income, decreasing debt because the tenant going to pay down your debt, increasing equity appreciation over time, and then amazing tax benefit you can achieve from year over year, and then you're good to go. Then you're on to your retirement. So I'm not going to spend too much time about the type of properties we can do. You can buy Midwest property with a low down payment, especially those of you who are newbies, rookies out there. You want to start slow, start with a low investment. You can buy some very inexpensive property in our network market in Buffalo, New York. You can see how easy it is to achieve that. And then once you gain more experience, you can get into a duplex, fourplex in those Midwest type market. We could achieve high cash flow properties. But then some of you want to go right into buying new construction, which I really love. So you buy new construction in the growth market, in the market that we're in, like in North Texas, where the builder will give you some great incentive, rate buy down in 2% closing costs, helping you, and then first year of property management for free, and all that we can get some great cash flow out of that, and long-term appreciation in this very fast-growing market. Look at this new construction duplex for only $384K, rents for $2,900 on both sides. At the end of the day, you put 30% down payment, then you have an annual net cash flow of $11,000, almost $1,000 per month, monthly net cash flow. So these numbers are absolutely amazing. Nowhere else in the country you can find this kind of duplex brand new in a fast growth, very great location, good market in this kind of deals. There's just one sample. The other property we have, look at this $190,000 new construction single family home, and it give you a monthly cash flow with at least $600 with 30% down payment. It's just mind boggling. So I'm not going to go through too much information. And of course, we have properties in Oklahoma for only $155,000 new construction, single family home. This is mind boggling. These numbers are truly off the chart. Great market, great growth, suburban path of growth in Oklahoma, in North Texas, in Alabama, and other areas of Oklahoma, new construction, great property management, the whole 9 yards, South Texas. Fourplex is only like in the low $500K, brand new fourplex. This cheaper price in a fast-growing South Texas market. Look at the monthly net cash flow. It's just absolutely mind-boggling. In Florida, top it off with Florida, Central Florida, that is. So very great cash flow. Also, brand new construction and low insurance rates, believe it or not, and not in flood zone, not in hurricane zone. So still fast-growing. At the end of the day, once you create a portfolio, as much as you can buy initially, then within 2 to 6 years, some of your portfolio going to increase in equity 7 to 10% per year for the next 3 to 4 years. Then you can leverage, you can cash out, refinance, and buy more properties, or you can do a 1031 tax deferred exchange to buy better property and leverage to buy more doors. Scale your portfolio using this numerical formula. So you can study this formula. I know it looks very overwhelming, but it's not really. It's very simple to understand. At the end of the day, it's all about scaling. You can buy as many one property per year or more, depending on your capital resources. Then that's how you scale. That's how you increase your wealth over time, 10, 15, 20 years. And then you're set. Your empire will be built. And you need to think like an emperor so that there's no limitation. There's no limitation of how much wealth you can accumulate, how many property you can buy. But everybody's goals are different. Not all of you can buy 10 to 100 properties over the next 10 to 15 years, but some of you can do that. And at the end of the day, because this is a turnkey type of properties, all you spend is like 1 to 2 hours per month in managing your property, regardless of how many properties you own. So at the end of the day, Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. There's a lot of fear out there. Let them be. Let everybody else stay on the sidelines. You have no competition. You need to be greedy, take action, execute on your plan, buy consistently, and over time, you'll find you cannot control the economy. You can only control your personal economy, and just avoid the noise, avoid all the negativity, all the doom and gloom you always see out there. Just avoid those noise and commit to your goal. Be consistent, show discipline, commitment, and dedication over time, and overcome any short-term obstacles. You will come across issues in maintenance and vacancies, but you have to overcome. You have to have a positive mindset. Surround yourself with a team, with a network that we have, and you're going to be fine. So let the local team help you do everything, and meanwhile, you can enjoy your financial freedom, whatever they are. Thank you so much. If you receive a lot of value, any value from this video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also put your email into my network so you can become a free member of our investing networking. So you can receive free information on a weekly basis to help you stay educated, informed, so you can ultimately take action to buy these great turnkey cash flow properties in the fastest growing markets in the country. With turnkey approach, with professional management, they will do everything for you. You can become pretty much a passive investor, whether you own 2 rentals, 10 rentals, or 30 rentals. You are pretty much a passive investor. Think about that. All right, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. See you next time. Bye-bye.